let's get back into the show. Let's talk about Beyonce, who, she wrapped the Cowboy Carter tour. What was it, last week? But this morning, and when my friends Joe Vaughn sent me this all the way from Spain, I didn't even know she dropped something. But she's out here, everybody's all mad about Sydney Sweeney and her tight ass jeans from American Eagle. I'm like, who still wears American Eagle in 2025? I don't know, not one person. And first of all, you got to be shaped like a pear to be wanting to put on some mom jeans. But anyway, so Beyonce was like, screw all of that. I'm actually coming out with my own jean line, which makes sense because she has a song called Levi's Jeans with what the hell, Post Malone. Almost forgot his damn name. Post Malone over there on the Cowboy Carter album. And now she's actually come out with her own line of jeans, and people believe that she gave a hint in regards to the whole cowboy, like act 3, which let's go over to her IG and I'll play it, but I'm gonna keep it on mute because I don't want, the demonetization. So we'll have it on with her little Etta James wig, and I don't want to be shady or whatever, or is it even shade, but Beyonce look like she had some work done on her body. Like her ass looked like, I don't know if you ain't get the Madonna booty special. Like you didn't get butt implants or fat removed from certain places to make your booty look plump. Because after you have a bunch of kids, the body don't be bodying as much as it once was. So I'm sure Beyonce has had work done just to, tighten some things up, especially when you're a woman in your 40s. So on Monday, August 4th, her label Parkville Entertainment shared a short film called The Denim Cowboy on its Instagram page. Now, the video, which comes as part of a partnership with Levi's, sees Bey arriving on horseback to a laundromat, as y'all are seeing right now, washing her jeans before heading to work, a shift at a diner. By 9:04 p.m., which fans caught as a nod to her birthday, September 4th, Bey steps into a dive bar in a fabulous denim suit, shooting some pool. Now, after she wins the game, the losers remove their jeans. Bey then leaves the bar, only this time she's on a motorcycle instead of a horse, though this was a very brief moment in the clip. The Beehive is buzzing with theories about the next chapter in her trilogy. Now, as y'all have become well aware, as you can see in the Levi's jean commercial, as you have become well aware, the first Renaissance, Act 1, was a dance record. Even though technically Act 1 was supposed to be Cowboy Carter, but because of the time in which we were in, she decided to switch it and make it a dance record. So Renaissance Act 1 was the dance record. Now Act 2 was Cowboy Carter, was the country album. Now, even before she dropped Cowboy Carter, as y'all know, back in 2024, fans have always speculated that Act 3 was going to be a rock album. And people believe because she jumped on the back of the motorcycle that this is basically giving the Beehive the Easter egg that they needed. But in country music, they also ride motorcycles. But then again, it's like, if you are talking about, we're about to get off the horse and ride the hog, or the bike, if you want to call it that, it does kind of give credence to the fact that, yeah, this might be where we're going. So yeah, one person said, we ready to get off the horse and ride that bike. One fan wrote in the comments. Another person wrote, Act 3 is loading. And another person wrote, we are ready. What was it? Mother, my wallet is tied. We just started saving up for Act 3. It's like, yes, sis. You already made over $400 million with this tour. And you made like over $500 million with Act 1. It's like, girl, let the people wallet breathe for a second. Another person said, okay, old English font, okay, motorcycle. And then, so a lot of people thinking that another person said, Beyonce, girl, don't play with my blood pressure. So, and then they said, we ride at dawn, even though Michelle Williams had a song called We Break at Dawn. Then somebody else wrote, here, Giselle, take my car, not the middle name. But yeah, so a lot of people believe that 9/4, we may be getting some sort of announcement on her birthday, which will actually be pretty smart because I think her birthday is on a Friday, if I'm not mistaken. I have to check. But because I told you I'm 2 days I was born 2 days before Beyonce, so I'm September 2nd, she's September 4th. And so we'll have to check and see if the things will be going on the way they be going on. Now, excuse me. Now, as y'all know, she wrapped her last tour, the Cowboy Carter tour, in Paradise, Nevada, at Allegiant Stadium. It was also last month when one of her dancers' cars, which reportedly contained unreleased Beyonce music, was broken into in Atlanta and flash drives in the computer was stolen, which makes us think that, yeah, a lot of that music or whatever was probably for this upcoming era. Hopefully they were able to recover certain things, and they probably had to go in, because remember when, I don't know if it was the same thing, but oh wait, it might be. Remember when some of Madonna's stuff had leaked and then she went in at the last minute and kind of changed things up? And then people were comparing the unreleased stuff to, I mean, the unreleased demos to the final product, and people was like, I actually like some of the other stuff. I think this was during when she was working with Avicii. I'm hoping that the same thing doesn't happen with Beyonce, where it's like, I hope she was able to get them songs back or whatever it was that ended up missing, or they probably have been in the studio being like, okay, let's start changing up some things and rearranging and stuff, because this is the time now that while she's not touring, and I'm sure the smart thing would be, I hope she has a studio in her house, because then she could work on the stuff in there and have the producer, whoever she's working with, come over and they start tweaking and working on some things for this next era. But if it is a rock album, I'm genuinely curious of being like, what it's going to sound like, and what direction she's going to go into. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of entertainment, whatever. The thing I have a problem with Beyonce is, like, while I love the entertainment aspect, I like the fact that she's trying to reintroduce her, or give a history lesson of sorts to a lot of her fans regarding the history of Black contribution to certain genres of music. I feel like Beyonce was most innovative when she came with the whole visual album concept, and I kind of wish she would go back to that. It's just like, I enjoyed some of the songs, where the Cowboy Carter wasn't necessarily my judge. You get an A for effort. I like that you stepped outside of your comfort zone, but I feel like you're focusing too much. You're sacrificing the pop star thing for too much of the artistic expression. And if you're trying to give a Solange, it's not working. Because me, I like Solange for a specific reason. Like, I like the fact that Solange is somebody who can kind of go off and be her individual outside the box, like very much in the range of like a FKA Twigs. Like, that's the kind of vibe she gives with what she does. But Beyonce is like, yeah, you can take a lot of those inspirations, but I need you to bring that pop aspect to it, where we got some catchy songs. And to me, it's like, yeah, Beyonce will always sell out a stadium. She'll always be successful as a live performer. But in regards of like that innovative aspect of the music, I feel like she's been sacrificing that since the first Renaissance. So I need her to kind of go back to, I'm not saying you got to give us what you already gave. You already did what you need to do, but it's just like, I need more catchier songs. Like when you did the country thing, the country music was cute, but I wanted more Sweet Honey Bucket. Like I wanted more experimental stuff what you was doing with that track, versus, oh, I got to give you on the nose country or whatever the case was. Like it was just, I just kind of got bored with that record. And it's like with country music, like if I'm gonna listen to country and stuff, like I want more Shania Twain. Like when she went pop, that made her music more palatable for me. Because I'm not just gonna listen to somebody strumming the guitar. Like I'm not Mr. Twangy with that. So um now her father and former manager, Matthew Knowles, that's with one T, has suggested she might share the new music sooner rather than later. Now, in an August 1st interview, he went on Don Lemon. Knowles revealed that Bey was in fact set to release new music and that she may have to rework her rollout, saying Beyonce will have to make a decision if she's going to release now. She was working on another project. Now she might have to release it sooner than she anticipated. Now, this probably could be because, like I was saying, because of the leaks. Or the stolen, not the leaks, the stolen music. Now, the bar, I will say, is set high for Act 3. They said back in February, Cowboy Carter won the Grammy Award for Best Country Album and Album of the Year. So we'll see where all this stands once it comes out. I'm definitely looking forward to whatever Beyonce is going to bring. And when she drops new music, hopefully in a month, because today is the August 4th. So a month from today, Beyonce will be 44, I think. Yeah, she'll be 44, I believe. So we'll see if she plans on releasing music around that time. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Do y'all think that this is, based on that Levi's commercial, that this is a hint that Miss Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter is planning on releasing new music and giving us the third chapter in this whole Renaissance trilogy. So whatever your thoughts are on this story, let me know in the comments down below.